All right, let's get started, guys. So, morning, everyone. Welcome back to live trading. If this is your first time on live trading, we are using the webinars channel in Slack to communicate. As you guys know, we run the live stream on YouTube every single day at 9 a.m. We usually cut it off at 9:29 a.m. and leave it for MIC members. But today, we're going to keep it running all day. I got my cousin George here shooting, so we'll hopefully make a nice YouTube video for you guys as well. Overall, market's looking like a little bit of a slower day today. NVDA just reported earnings, and obviously they had blowout earnings, but the thing is the stock is pretty much up already. You know, it's already been breaking out. So a lot of the earnings is priced in. And if you missed it, NVIDIA announced a larger buyback, and they announced that they're raising their dividend 25x. And in my opinion, they're going to do what Apple did, which is dividends and buybacks. And as you guys know, Apple stock has just been straight up for the last fucking 15 years. So with all the extra cash that NVIDIA has, they're reinvesting it into kind of rewarding the shareholder. And I think that's going to work out really, really well for them over time. Fun fact, Jensen Huang, the CEO of NVIDIA, before the dividend increase, he was getting $8 million a year in dividends. Now, I think he's getting $224 million a year in dividends just off his stock. Wow. This Microsoft is breaking out, man, on that Anthropic news. You know, that 432, 433 is a really good breakout level. So I think my thought process today is on Microsoft. Let it break out, let it dip down, and let me buy that dip into that breakout. That's kind of what I'm thinking here. That's my thought process. So
also, memory names are kind of down.
Memory names are down. Money's rotating to software. So I think that today might be a good day to dip by Microsoft. So we'll work on that at the market open. But yeah, so I think NVIDIA is priced to perfection. You know, had they blown earnings and not done a blowout, this shit would be down 10%. But they blew out earnings and it's barely moving because a lot of the stuff is priced in. You know, I think they said they made like $90 billion this quarter. So they're on track to make a little bit less than $400 billion in revenue a year, which is insane. It's just, I think to compare, I think Google is at like 500 billion or something like that. I don't even know. It's too many billions to count. But yeah, I mean, that's that. NVIDIA kind of saved the market, in my opinion, by not failing. Obviously, indexes are at all-time highs. You know, small cap stocks lately have been a lot more difficult. The problem with small cap stocks lately is that locate fees have been through the roof. And something that you guys got to realize about locate fees is locate fees are not created by the broker. The broker uses third parties to get locates. And those third parties are what determines the pricing. The pricing is based on supply and demand. So if there's low supply and high demand, the price goes up. If there's high supply and low demand, the price goes down. So lately, everything has been low supply, high demand, and prices have just been going up. So it's not specific to the broker, it's specific to the locate vendors. And the brokers do not control those locate vendors. So locates have been pretty damn expensive for small cap world, which has made it a lot more difficult to trade these stocks. So, you know, I've been just kind of, this is kind of been the year of large caps for me. You know, I just go where the money flows. You know, some of my biggest trades this year were oil, gold, silver. And the reality is that this year has been just large cap central. So I'm never biased towards any sector. I'm never biased towards any trading vehicle. I just go where the money flows. If somehow, some way, all the money is going to be in trading corn futures, and that's going to give us the biggest opportunities, I'll trade corn futures because the reality is the patterns are the same. The patterns work in every single market cycle. Your job is just to kind of see where the money flows. So with that being said, let me take a sip of my water. I've been sick for 2.5 weeks. I'm still not 100%, but I'm getting better, and we'll get to building the watch list. So before I continue, George, do you have any questions? Does everything make sense to you?
Everything's good so far. I definitely want to talk to you a little more in depth about a couple things, but yeah, we're doing well so far.
All right. If you got any questions, bro, just let me know. So let's first start with the watch list. So as you guys know, the way that we build the watch list, we always go to the previous day's watch list first and build from there. Reason why we use the previous day's watch list because plays from yesterday may still be in play today, and we don't want to forget about them. AMST. This one was a reg show, meaning there wasn't really any borrow, and still reg show, so nothing really there. VIDA. VIDA just kind of steady grinder up. You know, I'm not really interested in these grinding stocks up. So nothing really there. New IPO as well. SUGP. Not really much volume here. Kind of flatline. NWC. MWC was the main runner yesterday. I stayed away from it because it was the only thing moving and the only thing running. And I didn't really want to get myself into trouble by creating bad habits. Obviously, you know, it just ended up tanking, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Now it's like pretty much completely broken. So, you know, I don't really think that there's much of an opportunity anymore. As you guys know, I disqualify a lot of stocks. So I only want to trade the best possible setups. Just because the stock is moving does not mean that I want to trade it. I only want to trade the highest probability best setups. So that requires me disqualifying a lot of stocks. So if I don't want to trade a stock, you know, all I want to do is stay away and find the best setups, right? It's like quality over quantity, right? Less is more. So all the stocks from yesterday not really in play today. Let's see what's moving today. WHLR. WHLR, big move up and then fail. This is a $1 stock, but hopefully we could bounce towards 2 in the morning to short. WHLR. Oops. Looking for a bounce toward $2 to short. Next is PCLA. PCLA similar to the above. Hopefully we get a bounce towards VWAP to short. You know, maybe like 210, 240, 270s. PCLA, 210, 240s, and 270s to scale in short. ATPC, what's the float on this? ATPC, about 1 million share float. So this is a little bit too low float for me, so I'll probably ignore it. ATPC, less than 1 million float. Going to ignore it short. EDHL. What's with all these pop and drops, man? Everything ran at 4 a.m. and just kind of came back down.
The locates are crazy.
Ideally on this, same thing, 354 VWAP and above. 354 to scale it short. NIVF. NIVF, dollar stock. Probably just going to ignore this one. NIVF, not enough meat on the bone. Ignoring short. Codex. Codex is a multi-day runner. So not really interested in shorting this multi-day runner. Codex, multi-day runner. Ignoring short. And last but not least, Microsoft. So Microsoft setting up for a daily chart breakout over 433. You can see the last 2 times it tested that. Tested that area. It failed. Today it released news with Anthropic. So if the morning dip holds on Microsoft, I will go long for that daily chart breakout. So that's going to be the watch list for today. Let me post this out there, and then we'll get into some Q&A. Obviously, as you guys know, usually we end the live stream at 9:29 a.m. to reserve live trading for MIC members only. So if you are an MIC member, you get to watch me trade live every single day. I've been doing it for the last 3 years. It's cut down everyone's learning curve dramatically. So today we're going to keep the stream running. I got my cousin George here shooting some content for YouTube. So we'll see if we have any good opportunities. But right now, you know, Microsoft is a top watch for me. Watching to see if, one second. Watching to see if I could go long this Microsoft. And aside from that, my thought process is less is more. I don't want to overdo it and overtrade. Last month I had a pretty annoying month. So last month last month I actually lost. So last month I lost $7,000. It was a pretty annoying month for me. It was getting chopped up left and right, making money, losing money, making money, losing money. And I don't know, I just really didn't feel comfortable. But the best thing that I did last month is keep my loss small, because now this month I'm up $48,000 with 0 red days. Last month I had 5 red days. And this month I don't have any single red days at all. Just as some heads up, today is going to be my last day trading for the month. It is my cousin's wedding in Cancun. So George and I are flying to Cancun tomorrow for our cousin's wedding. And then my brother's birthday is on Tuesday. So I'll be flying to Bahamas for my brother's birthday. Monday, the market is closed for Memorial Day. So no trading on Monday. And with that being said, I guess I'll take some questions from George if you have any. And we'll get to live trading here in the next 13 minutes.
I don't necessarily have a question, but I do have a comment. As I get more and more into trading, now I'm about almost 4 years in now, getting close there. It's really impressive, Alex, the way you rule out some stocks. So what I've been doing is I've been trying to convict the stock as far as what I'm trading and how I'm doing it, and just getting the overall information down. The float matters, the insider ownership. Is it SSR? How much are the locates? Is it easy to borrow or hard to borrow? So I actually had I think everyone struggled last month. It was kind of a rough month. Obviously, bro, in the grand scheme of things, 7,000 is nothing compared to what you make every month. But it's very impressive just seeing the way you kind of go through the stocks and rule it out, and each one by one.
It's bro, the best analogy that I could give you. Sorry, I'm still sick, but the best analogy I could give you, George, is a female analogy. Is when you're trying to talk to a girl, there's certain things that you're looking for, right? You want to make sure she has a good personality. You want to make sure she has, good eyes. She has a good smile. She has this. She has that. The more things that she has, the more interested you are in that setup. The less things that she has, the less interested you are in that setup. So for me, I disqualify these stocks because it's not really fitting what I'm looking for personally. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way that you got to think about it. Is the more green flags you have, the better the opportunity is.
Right. Yes, now it's kind of convicting the stock almost. You're kind of you want to get all the information down and realize, okay, what's gonna f you up, and you kind of want to stay away from that.
Yeah, and the thing is, you could have an idea, you could have a plan, you could have everything, but if the stock is not doing what you think, you got to get out, man.
Right.
That's the biggest thing, is making sure your losses are controlled. For me, if a stock is going against me, the maximum size I'm using is 30%. So if I'm wrong a paper cut. But if it goes for me, I double 60%. I triple 90%. So I'm able to, on the turn, because I'm using more size as it confirms, not just more size because I feel like it, I'm able to make back that loss plus more. What about you, James? What are you up to, bro?
Man, just looking around, seeing what there's for small caps. What I was actually going to say to that is, I've been at MIC since day one, and literally day one. And something that Alex has always had as a superpower was stock selection. And it took me too many years, probably like George is kind of saying, it took me too many years to understand just how important it was. And, the learning curve that you guys are cutting down just by being in the live trading is truly incredible. I used to think you had to short every stock that was running, every stock that was moving. I used to think the high flyers were the attention and the excitement. And then I would, take a huge red day, and I didn't really understand it. I used to think what Alex was doing was crazy, just scalping, these like broken stocks and taking the easy wins. But when you see the easy wins add up every single day, it's mind-boggling. So I think it's just really important. And it's such a great lesson that you guys can take from this is just figuring out what you're good at, like Alex has done, figuring out how to define your risk for your setup, and then taking advantage of learning from someone like Alex every single day. It's really going to cut down your learning curve dramatically.
And something that's important as well, man, that I don't think a lot of people do is you got to track your stats. Like when I first started early on my trading career, there was like TraderView. Now they have TraderView, they have TradeZilla, they have ChatGPT, they have all these different things. But I would upload my trades and find out, where I was making the most money, where I was losing the most money. And the reality is that most of the time, I found out that I lose money on stocks that are less than $1 and stocks that are over $10. I found out that I lose money after trading 1030. I found out that my biggest losses always happen on a Monday because I'm so excited over the weekend. So that's the thing that you have to do is like, at least if you don't know what you're doing wrong, upload your trades into like a TraderView or TradeZilla or ChatGPT or whatever it may be, so that it could tell you what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, and how to get better, And I think that's what a lot of people, they just don't do. They just don't do literally anything, So.
Yep. And it takes minimal effort. It takes minimal effort to upload your trades and go through, and honestly for me, I traded for a lot of years before I found like really, really solid, structured success. And, it really came down to me doing the work and figuring out what I was bad at. I found out that micro float stocks are my weakness. Same thing, stocks under 1 and stocks over 10. And what happened as soon as I removed those, my equity curve, started to really go straight up. So it doesn't take much to figure it out. It's just you guys are here, take advantage of everything you're learning, but also just meet a little bit halfway and put in the work and just recognize where you're good, where you're bad. And I promise you're going to see a huge reduction in your red days and, a huge positive growth on your green days.
100%, bro. 100%.
And I think at the least, what I do is I screenshot all my trades. So when I go to work and get back, whatever, 3, 4, 5 o'clock, whatever it may be, I look over the chart. I see where, how I did as far as my trade. And then I look at the rest of the day and where where it actually went and what happened in that day. So it kind of helps just to, recognize the market and and what you're doing and where you're at. Especially in the small caps, has not been easy, man. I mean, Alex, I remember sitting with you years ago, like during COVID, and just seeing, just an unbelievable market compared to like where we're at now.
Yeah, COVID was crazy, man. COVID was crazy, but that has all been like so different and so changed and everything. Like everything has just been
like we're never gonna see something
so
like that
different now. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna see anything like that. We're seeing kind of like that in like the AI world a little bit. The AI world is definitely showing us some crazy opportunities. So, yeah, that's it. Let me see if I could. That's it. You just gotta find what works for you, and that's it.
Even for George, George, your trades have actually been really good. I saw a couple of your charts posted recently, and just compared to what you were 6 months ago, they're really solid and they're awesome. The charts look great, and I'm sure the P&L is great. So, it's really true. Just once you figure it out, it's just that's what you got to focus on. And and you also have to recognize the cycle. Like everyone's talking about how bad small caps are right now, but like Alex said, we're traders. We look for opportunity where it is, and right now it's in large caps, and it's in commodities, and it's in other things. And knowing what you're good or bad at really helps. So when it's in a slow cycle or a tough cycle, it actually limits you and prevents you from taking, trades outside of your niche, which will prevent further drawdown or more red days.
Oh, so James, you want to be nice today because I'm next to Alex, huh?
The camera's on, man. I don't need proof.
And here's the thing, when the PDT rule goes away on June 5th, we might see a very similar COVID style market. You know, we don't know what to expect. And the reality is, people made tons and tons of money during COVID, and all it takes is one good year to never be able to work ever again. You know.
Right. No, thanks, James. I've been trying to post like every one of my trades just to show. I mean, even like the last trade I had a couple days ago, like I stopped out, reattacked at a daily line. I'm trying to make
Yep.
sense of what I do. You know.
Yeah, I
It's
think
like
posting like that
yeah.
helps keep you accountable, and it helps you grow because you're posting. You don't want to post a chart that looks ridiculous. You want to stick to your processes, stick to your plans, and like you end up stopping out the right way. What ends up happening is you make money, and I remember the chart; it was fantastic.
Yeah. So we got about 4 minutes here until the market opens. We'll keep the stream running today. Hopefully some of these small cap stocks bounce. Yeah, that'd be nice. But if not, we'll see how this Microsoft reacts. Usually it's just been washing out of the open. But if we get a steady trend and start to break out over this daily level with a catalyst today, that might be a pretty solid opportunity. So that's pretty much it. We'll keep it rolling, and then that's it.
How's pre-market been today, James? Did you get any trades this morning?
Zero trades, man. I mean, the locates were just a little crazy. Pretty much that's it. It's kind of been the theme the last week or two, just expensive locates. And, I see a lot of people panicking about it, but the reality is the market moves in cycles. We've seen this before, and it happens. So, these are the times I don't mind. It gives me a break pre-market and lets me relax. So,
Bro, if people are complaining about expensive locates, either locate it or do something else, man. No
Yep.
one cares, bro. No one cares.
Yeah.
You deal with it or you don't.
Man, trading's not going anywhere, man. Every single day there's gonna be something moving, some kind of opportunity. So if you miss one, it doesn't matter. That's what I've been slowly realizing as well.
100%.
What COVID taught me is the entire world shut down and one business was open, and it was the stock market.
Yep.
A global, worldwide pandemic is not turning off the stock market. Stock market is the best business in the world.
What we're all here for. You guys get to take advantage of learning from Alex and all the other mods. So this is a career that no matter what's going on in the world, man, people are gonna be. It could be a nuclear bomb going off, and Bao's gonna be trading in the stock market. So,
any thoughts on space stocks? So a lot of space stocks are probably gonna be hyped up with the SpaceX IPO. They'll probably move in sympathy. So it all depends on SpaceX. But in my opinion, SpaceX had $2 trillion valuation. Is a little bit rich. You never know in the market. It might just shoot up and go to 3 trillion, 4 trillion, this, that. But at a true $2 trillion valuation, I think it's a little bit too rich at these levels. Maybe 1 trillion would have been okay, but 2 is fucking a lot. So we got about a minute here until the market opens. Nothing really too obvious, nothing too easy yet. The quantum stocks are moving as well. The government is investing billions of dollars into quantum stocks. But as you guys know, quantum is on my forever do not trade list. I do not trade quantum names. I've lost my ass way too many times on quantum names, and I do not trade them ever, ever, ever again.
I got abused by quantum names. It was horrible.
So we have about 10 seconds here until the market opens. We'll keep the stream running. We'll see how Microsoft does. We'll see how these small caps do. And we'll take it from there. That's it.
All right, market open. So far, kind of mirroring that last breakout day, but let's see.
Codex pushing up.
Microsoft testing VWAP.
Let's see.
You recording streams?
Kind of see this downward trend line on Microsoft on the 5 minute. So definitely need to kind of break out of that.
Right. Every time it goes towards that 430s area, it like stuffs that breakout. But when it does break out, it's gonna probably go like $20-$30, you know?
Agreed. Doesn't help. Markets are down. Memory actually is pushing up a little bit. SanDisk, MU.
Yeah.
Alex, since we have some time waiting for this, what's your take on like the 1 minute, 2 minute, 5 minute? Why are you always on the 1 minute? What's the difference? Like, how do you feel about that?
So the 1 minute chart is mostly for day trading, right? The longer time frames you go out, the longer your trade time horizon is. You know, some people only use 60-minute charts, right? Some people only use 5-minute charts. For me, day trading, scalping in and out, 1 minute is usually the ideal spot for me.
And James, I know you use the 5 minute a lot. Why do you prefer that?
I use the 5 minute because I'm not as calm as Alex. Alex, can see the 1 minute and see, the wicks and the jumps and not panic as much. I like the 5 minute because it slows down the chart a lot. And I feel like for new traders, the 5 minute really gives a clear definition of, support, resistance. And, I think when people are first starting out, sometimes it's really difficult for them to even see. And sometimes they feel it's just too fast on the 1 minute. So, you can always choose whichever you feel more comfortable with.
Right. I'm going to try some long on Microsoft here. Just a small size at 423.79. Thought process is NVIDIA is green. Markets are starting to bounce a little bit. See if this bounces. Probably going to keep a really tight leash on it. There's 422 support. So if we break 422, I'll stop out. But as a size reference, I'm like 1/20th size, really small.
NVIDIA pushing.
Let me pull up NVIDIA. NVIDIA might be a long on dips today too.
Yeah, NVIDIA showing relative strength to the overall market. SPY still down.
So probably a reclaim of VWAP 424.5s. I'll add a little bit, but just keeping my size relatively small. NVIDIA pushing up. NVIDIA might be a good long on dips today, as it's reclaiming all the key levels. Microsoft breaks is 422. I'll stop out of my small size. NVIDIA straight up, bro.
Wow.
So NVIDIA is definitely going to be a dip buy, dude. If this thing dips, it's going straight up. Look at that.
Wow.
It went red, it trapped shorts, and now going green.
Unbelievable. $7. Unbelievable.
Microsoft, same play at 424.5. I'll scale in a little bit to the winner.
QUCY halted up in small caps.
Which one, James?
QUCY.
Oh, nice.
Quantum Cyber.
This one's been in play for a while now.
Ever. Wow.
Yeah, ARM has been daily chart breakouting too. The same move that ARM is making, I was wanting Microsoft to make, but it's not really doing it. So I'm probably just gonna stop out here, a small size.
Overall markets still weak. Tried to bounce. Tesla's green.
So I stopped out at Microsoft here, small loss, as it's not joining on the market bounces. If we reclaim VWAP, I'll give it another try, but instead I'll watch NVIDIA for a dip because it's showing us that earnings have been strong on it and people are buying the dip.
Steven's buying NVIDIA dipped on the plane.
So just as reference, guys, just as reference, this is my loss on Microsoft so far. I lost $112. So like I said, very, very minuscule size. Watch this dip on NVIDIA. See if I get some. Just try and follow the trend, right? So got some long here, 22474 on NVIDIA. And my thought process is probably going to wash out red and then reclaim. And I want to buy on that reclaim. So let's see. Using very, very small size on these, yeah, because I'm not really convicted on anything yet. Microsoft, once again, for like the third time, failed that 430 breakout. Normally, I'm not really trading large caps as actively, but if large caps have the money flow, that's where I'm going to, you know? So notice how small I'm keeping my losers, guys. I'm not just adding to a loser to fix my average. If I'm wrong, I'm just cutting it and moving on. ARM, look at ARM. So ARM, what ARM is doing on the daily chart is what I expect Microsoft to do when it breaks that 430. If Microsoft breaks that 430, I expect to make a very, very similar move to ARM. Sorry guys, I'm still sick. So watching for the red test. So I want to see it go red, reclaim, and then I'll add.
SPY fail for now.
So it went red. So I added on that red wash, 223.57. Overall average is 224. And where my trade thesis would no longer be valid is if it kind of breaks that low of the day. So Microsoft, not really doing anything, not really participating. So notice that I did not add to the loser on Microsoft to try to prove myself right. I just got out, small loss, moved on. But this 430 level has been like really, really key on Microsoft. It hasn't really been able to ever break out over that 430 area. So NVIDIA dipped to red, reclaim green. I want to see it kind of hold that area. Microsoft still heavy. Hey, small caps moving. QUCY. It's kind of halted, but
Vita, small pop, GovX, not much.
so on Microsoft, guys, you can see a small $100 loss. Not really praying that it works. I had a thesis, didn't do a thesis, I stopped out. No big deal. QUCY bouncing up. What's the float on that? QUCY.
14 million.
14 million. ARM, really strong breakout on ARM.
It's crazy.
Is there earnings on ARM or is it just like a natural breakout?
I don't see any earnings, no. This was in the last couple of days, but
So NVIDIA
14
went
days.
red, We're reclaiming green, and now if we reclaim VWAP, it'll prove our thesis right. ARM had earnings on May 6th.
Must just be natural.
Yeah, pretty strong breakout. So that breakout on ARM is exactly what I was expecting Microsoft to do. You know?
Great stop on Microsoft, though.
That's it, bro. You don't need to pray. You don't need to beg these stocks to do what you want. If they don't do it, just get out. You can always get back in. I lost $100, man. We spent more on that on dinner last night, you know?
One of the best charts that you guys should find and print is Alex's silver chart. When he longed silver for the reversal, I mean, I think he stopped out twice on it.
Yeah. That was a sick day.
That was awesome.
So NVIDIA, if we bounce like 225s, I'll take a little bit off just to kind of reduce some size. Not that I'm oversized or anything, but you know, I want to kind of build a little bit of a P&L cushion before I start pushing for more, you know? And again, normally I'm not trading. Oh, look at QUCY halt down. Normally I'm not trading these large caps every single day. I'm just going where the money's flowing.
SanDisk and MU still up on the day.
Wow, SanDisk, Micron, holy shit. I didn't even look. Wow, really strong.
They don't stop.
They don't stop, dude. They don't stop. That's crazy. Wow.
Wheeler bouncing, it's like $1.50 stock.
Maybe a little bit higher there. We'll watch and see that Wheeler. Maybe we get a bounce. Looking around. Using Cobra trading.
NVIDIA just fighting around this VWAP area for now. $224.45.
Quantum names still really strong.
ATPC pushing now. Is that VWAP?
ATPC. That was the one with the low flow, right? Yeah, less than 1 million flow.
Yeah, very well.
They're doing a whole lot of nothing right now.
It's clear as day it needs to reclaim that VWAP level. Over that, we should get a decent move.
So a lackluster day today. I was kind of expecting more action. Microsoft crapped out. Should have broken out.
Every time a holiday is coming up, up though, it's kind of a little slower, right?
Yeah, because people are already gone for the holidays, you
Right.
know? You can see some resistance here on NVIDIA at, what is this? 224.44. Micron's still really strong, man. That's crazy.
The CEO came out and he said it's going to be $1,000 stock by the end of the summer, something like that.
ATPC fail. NVIDIA finally started to bounce a little bit. I have an open order to sell some around 225 just to reduce some, build a P&L cushion, but kind of losing my patience. It should be doing a lot more. Fucking it ran $7 in 3 minutes. Now I can't do shit.
Micron higher. SPY trying to reclaim VWAP here. That would help.
NVIDIA's kind of looking weak, so I might just reduce some. Again, if the stocks are not really doing what I expected to do, man, I'm not going to sit there and pray. So I sold some NVIDIA here. Small loss. I still have a little bit left. But you can see it just kind of pushed through resistance and failed. So a whole lot of nothing, man. A whole lot of nothing today. Looking around. So the video is crapping out too. So if we just continue to fail here, I'll sell the rest of my position again. Small loss as I wait for better things to set up.
Took a tight stop there.
Yeah, I did really good selling some. But overall, I kind of look like a nothing burger, dude. When you get a move that goes this strong and this aggressive, you know, for it to just kind of pull back and do nothing, just stupid.
Yeah, the volume dried up quick.
Just nothing.
Really.
Bro. And then you got Microsoft that just went straight down off the open, you know.
It's pretty solid news too, no? I mean, you should have made
Yeah.
a move on that.
At least we know now with Microsoft. I mean, that level is clear as day.
Yeah.
That when we do get it, I mean, we're going to 450, 460,
Indeed.
big time. NIVF halted up. I hate these stocks though.
Always
I'm
one
not
of
interested
stocks,
in it.
man. So thought process is I'll scale back into NVIDIA only if we go green. If we do not go green and we stay weak, I'm just going to cut it. Another small, $100 loss, whatever it may be, is not really going to change my life. Microsoft's so weak now. You got to be, like, it's crazy, bro. Like, it is so primed for that 430 break, and every time it tries, it just can't do shit. You know?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. At the
Codex
same
is
time,
still strong.
Micron still strong. No rejection, but SanDisk.
All these stocks are crazy, bro.
Everything failing. Tesla fail. Apple's red but trying to go green.
The been using SanDisk memory cards for years now, man. I don't know. I just made a big mistake not buying that one.
Imagine all the money you invested in memory cards if you just put it into a stock.
Yeah, literally. Oh man.
So NVIDIA is just acting weak. I'm just gonna try to keep my stops really tight today. Alright, 221.50. I'll get out of the rest. It's not doing what I expected to do, you know?
You always get back in if you need to.
Yeah, I'm not worried, man. A couple $100, not really anything. So I stopped out here. Another small loss. Just keeping everything small size, controlled. What's your thoughts on CRDO? CLS. So CRDO is a $22.5 billion company. So chances are I'm not really focused on it unless there's like some sort of catalyst or some sort of reason. SPY, overall market is pushing up. See if NVIDIA has relative strength or relative weakness. If the market's pushing up and NVIDIA is pushing down, that means it might even be a short. SanDisk still up.
So far bounces. Crazy.
Yeah, market's bouncing, but NVIDIA is not really participating, which tells me NVIDIA might just continue lower.
Alex, I know for small caps, you know, we got the pumpers like Farmer that can like kind of pump a $2, $3 stock, but how much can they really do for these big guys? Nothing, right?
These big companies, bro, are like billion, trillion dollar companies. Ain't no chat rooms able to pump these, dude.
Yeah.
So NVIDIA is bouncing. So now the question is NVIDIA going to show relative strength or relative weakness compared to the market? What's going on with quantum stocks today? Quantum, the government is investing into quantum stocks apparently. So that's why they're really, really strong. So NVIDIA doesn't look like it's really participating in this market push. I'll try a small short just to try it. 222s. And we'll add if we break down 221.5, but again, small size, trying to find the right direction of the moves today.
Dude, I cannot believe that USO is back near 150, is just hanging on to 150.
Big time.
That's crazy.
So my thought process is NVIDIA is showing relative weakness compared to the market. The markets are shooting up. Every name is kind of shooting up, and NVIDIA is not really participating. So maybe that opening drive was just a trap, you know?
SPY higher.
Yeah, NIVF push. So my biggest thing today is just keeping my size small and controlled. Because things are just kind of chopping around. So when things are choppy, remember, it's the same question that we always ask ourselves when we show up to the market. Is today the day to size up? Or is today the day to kind of chill out? And if you can't answer that question, I mean, it's pretty obvious. So I'm not sizing up on anything. I'm taking small $100 paper cuts on small trades. You know?
SPY monster.
Yeah, overall markets are shooting up. But NVIDIA isn't really participating as much. Neither is Microsoft.
Yeah, Apple, big move.
Yeah, Apple's crazy, bro.
It's all-time highs.
Yeah, Eduardo's a great guy too. Micron, straight up. A little bit of a fail there on NVIDIA. So I had a little bit small here on NVIDIA. Short. Just trying to see if it's participating or not. Yeah, Apple's crazy, man. Because, I thought that when Tim Cook left, that would create a lot of uncertainty for Apple. But I guess people are okay with him leaving,
Maybe they think
QUCY.
now.
Yep.
I was gonna say, maybe they think now with Tim Cook gone that Apple will focus on more AI
innovation.
ventures and
Everything. This SanDisk is crazy, bro.
I don't even know. That's unbelievable. Micron, same thing.
It's a nice lower high on NVIDIA there. Average is 222.25 on the short. It's kind of looking like relative weakness now compared to the market. It's only been 30 minutes. Market feels like it's been open for 2 hours. $221s on NVIDIA. Let's see if we break under 221.5. That'll be another ad for me. Watching.
Week so far.
Finger on the trigger. Added. Add to NVIDIA winner on the short. Because now look, it's creating a lower high. Showing relative weakness. Maybe the opening drive trapped longs. And I'm just kind of adjusting my thesis based on the price action that I see.
I like it, you're not biased towards one way. Just seeing what
I'm
it's
just,
doing.
what's the saying? The trend is your friend. So I'm just trying to locate the trend and join the trend. I thought the opening drive was a long on dips, but you could see the relative weakness all morning. So, we'll see.
Microsoft new lows.
Good stop out there.
Tesla going red. Apple, SanDisk, and Micron, man. That's it.
Yeah, Microsoft should have gone up, man. It should have broken out over that 430.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that it didn't is kind of crazy. So just waiting to see, hopefully, another lower high here.
Yeah, it feels like everything's freaking weak except for memory and Apple. Crazy.
So NVIDIA getting a bounce now.
Now it's going to participate.
Let's see.
Microsoft's still weak.
I think it's kind of choppy today. That's the problem. There's no like one trend. You know, it's just
Yeah.
chop.
SPY trying to push up.
These memory names are just ridiculous, bro.
But who's buying these? That's what I don't understand. Who is buying them?
Who the fuck is buying these, bro?
To the moon.
That's insane. So NVIDIA retested green. So I want to see how it reacts here. Ideally, we want to see green fail. And set up some more lower highs, but it was looking like a choppy day overall, man. Thing is, you never know what you're going to wake up to in the markets in the morning, you know?
SPY pushing more.
So the biggest problem that, excuse me, the biggest problem that people would do is now try to add to their loser to fix their average. I don't want to get in, I don't want to get in bigger. I want to either wait for a dip to get out or adjust my plan. So these are the moments where it's very easy to just scale into a loser. I'd rather just let it do its thing and then kind of figure it out. So overall chop. NIVF halting up.
Is that the low float one?
I think that's a different one, but I think that's probably low float as well.
So NIVF is SSR and it has a 500,000 float.
Yeah, no thank you.
And it's a halt band stock.
Yeah.
So
No thank you.
Classic.
zero shot. I think the locates on it weren't even that cheap, actually.
So I can see some support here around like 223 on NVIDIA, but the reality is it's just like kind of coming back on air. You know, I would never really go long on that breakdown, you know what I'm saying?
Microsoft still at the woodshed.
Yeah. I'll let NVIDIA breathe out a little bit here. If it just kind of keeps going, I'll just reduce again. But now I'm kind of getting pissed off and chopped out. So I want to be very, very careful with any next trade that I take. I'm starting to get annoyed. If this goes back red, you know, I'll feel a lot more comfortable. I might even add on a 223 break, right? Not adding to the loser, adding if I see a confirmation. But right now, bro, it's just kind of pissing me off. Microsoft, total gap and crap. Really good exit on that.
It's unpredictable sometimes. It's crazy.
Should have broken out.
Yeah.
That's a pretty serious double top. Might be reversal time.
A whole lot of nothing today, man. I was expecting way more action, way better action. Just chop, chop, chop. Another fail. See if we go back red. So watching this red retest. If the video goes red again, I'll scale in. If not, no problem. Codex pushing up. Got an ad on NVDA here, 223.6 as it going back red. And a 222.90 break could be another ad. But we'll see. If we reclaim this 225-ish level, I'll reduce. Ideally looking for it to go red and just kind of stay red. Overall, really choppy price action, really random price action. Saying this Micron coming down. NIVF still moving. NIVF halt down now.
Just a chop day.
Yeah. So again, guys, you show up to the market, you don't know what to expect. Really dead action from small cap world.
Kind of expected in the summer though, right?
I mean, we've had a hot market, so we should have had better action.
Do PDT is gonna going away is gonna spark it up?
I think so. I think so.
In theory.
Hopefully, a bunch of uneducated James are gonna be joining the market. You know.
That's it. It's not that hard. I mean, this is the single biggest change to the stock market in my personal career. So, be really nice, man. Really nice.
So again, we want to see NVIDIA go red and stay red. Codex, I don't really think it's a short. It's just been a multi-day runner, and every dip it just keeps reclaiming. So I would not be looking at shorting Codex. So 222.90 will be another ad for me on this NVIDIA. And if not,
Is really important for small caps is on days like today, guys, when there's just not much opportunity, you can't go out there looking for a trade because you will find one. It's very easy to make up something and trade it. But, if nothing's setting up, it's not ideal. You're better off saving your mental capital and just waiting for tomorrow every time.
I think if you're itching and you want to trade, just staying small is so important. Staying so small to the point where you can walk away and still be fine.
exactly.
Right.
Look at George, bro, with the lessons.
That's great.
I've been learning, brother.
Maybe pigs really do fly.
So NVIDIA retest red. Not gonna add again until 222.90 breaks.
That's triple top there, no?
That's that support. Yeah, it looks like a top out. But it needs to go red and stay red, man. That's the biggest key.
So I always look for moments like that in stocks where like the RG line meets the VWAP. It's kind of like stronger, so it kind of breaks through that. It means a little more, right?
Right. Exactly. Apple back red. It's a whole lot of nothing, man. I don't know. It's just kind of like a wasted day, in my opinion, for me personally. Remember, everyone has different strategies. Everyone has different setups. My slow day might be your best day ever. My best day ever might be your slowest day. You know what I'm saying? This is what real trading looks like, guys. It's not all sunshine and rainbows every day. I don't make money every single day. I'd love to make money every day. Here we go. Let's watch this. Added 222.90. Okay. Okay. There we go. See if we start to finally break down a little bit. So we retested green and we failed. Lower high and we failed. So now this leaves the air pockets at 221.5's level. Chances are if we retest at 221.5 again, we're not going to hold it. But I want to get a dip down to start reducing, take some profits, build a realized P&L cushion, and then push for more. I oftentimes find that I make the most amount of money after I reduce some, build a P&L cushion, and then scale. Because then I could use that P&L cushion as additional risk. So let's see.
Probably coming down too a little bit.
Oh, that candle's 222.35. Let's see if we could add on 222.35. Tried to add 222.35, didn't get it. Have an open order. SPY coming down. Didn't get my ad at 35. Fuck. Market acting heavy. NVIDIA showing relative weakness. I'm on down. One more retest of 221.5, baby. But you know what, Alex? Don't be a ditch. 222.5. Don't be. Here we go. Low of the day.
Break.
Covered some into the dip. Sick. Look at that, man. I guess we're not crazy after all, man. I guess I'm not crazy after all. What the hell? Okay. Oh, look at that, bro. We're stacking, cuz. Look at that. We're stacking.
Little paper cut and then boom.
Stack, stack, stack.
I love it.
Now we're on the lows of the day almost. Come on. Here we go. What's our next support area? Next support area is 220.50s.
Oh man, this thing is weak.
Come on out. 220.70, sitting for more. See if I get it.
I don't know how you didn't get that ad.
Dude, I was like a second away from getting it. I don't know why I didn't fill. That would have been an extra like $2,000. 220.70 sitting for more. Again, now I'm building a realized P&L cushion. Now, if I really want, I could use that realized P&L cushion to make this trade even bigger if I decide. So pretty solid bias switch, recognizing that after going long, it showed relative weakness. Then it failed green twice, right? Failed green twice, lower high. Here we go. Covered more 70. What's low of the day? Low of the day is 220.35. See if we get a break of low of the day. Now we're stacking. Low of the day.
Wow.
Low of the day. And now every single dip buyer is under motherfucking water. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be smart and reduce some more at 220.31.
Great covers.
Can we break 220? We broke 220. You want to cover some more, George? Or what should we do?
You know what's gonna happen, right?
Tell me what you want me to do, George.
The indication's gonna go off, brother. Just give it a second. And James was in the trade, so you're good.
Reduce
right now.
more, 219.98.
If James was in, we'd be screwed right now. So.
Look at that weakness, bro. Bam.
That's good.
Some days, bro, are a headache. Some days you just gotta wait a little bit longer for it to work. Look at that, dude.
Weak.
Just stacking P&L.
Great patience.
Covering more, 1978.
Wow.
Covering more, 1959. Damn, this is built into a nice day, dude, from a small losing day. So you guys saw I lost like $100 on Microsoft, lost another couple $100 on the NVDA long, and this is significantly larger than any of those losses. Here we go, 219.3s.
Wow.
219.24, reduce more.
Run out of shares, probably.
Oh shit, I think I just went long by accident. Oh
No.
shit, oh my god, I gotta sell. I just went long by accident, oh no. Oh no. Oh, please sell, dudes. Please sell. Come on, sell. Come on. 219.25. Come on, Phil. All right, all out. I'm the long by accident. Oh my god, dude. That was fucked up. That was fucked up.
You somehow just made back your long losses by accident.
No, anytime I overcover, I always set it at break even. Always. Because I've always tried to push and make more money with it, and I always lose. Okay, that's it. Woo! See, look, I sold out that long and it fucking crashed.
Oh my god.
my-
Indicator.
Bro, I saved myself a loss there, dude. See, that's why, bro. if you ever overcover, do not try to make a profit on it. Do not try to make a profit on it. Get out for break even.
Especially not when it's trending like this, man. Oh,
Sheesh.
well, that was great.
So that's my day, guys. So look at how small I kept the losses compared to the winners. So walking away today with a $3,200 day, lost $100 on Microsoft long, lost $300 on NVIDIA long, and made $3,700 on the short. That brings me to an all green month. Walking away an all green month at $52,044.
Sick.
All green, no red. And that right there, guys, is live trading. That's it. So if you have any questions on live trading, if you guys want to join, just email us at stevenrh1@myinvestingclub.com, and we'll be able to hook you guys up with a great deal. This is my last trading day of the month, as I'm traveling to Cancun for my cousin's wedding. And that is it, guys. That is it. Pretty solid trading. I mean, at first I was kind of getting pissed off, but you could see that I was just sticking to my process, trusting the process, and keeping my losses small, right? Keeping my losses small until it worked in my favor, adding to the winner, right? Adding to the winner, keeping my losses small, and then accidentally going long. Thank God I recognized it. Thank God. Immediately getting out, and then it crapping out $1 a share. That's just crazy, bro. I mean, no one else does what we do, man.
Dude, for a tough month, that was a great round out to the month.
50K, no red days. And all live, on live trading, every day, nonstop. So if you guys aren't in live trading, I don't know what to tell you, man. I really don't. But that's pretty much it. And we got 7 minutes to spare until zombie time. So we stuck to our process. We made money. We kept losses small. And we're walking away at 10:30 a.m.
I mean, if you're on YouTube right now, you can't say this is not gold, man.
I don't know.
Watching someone live trade is just unbelievable.
I mean, George saw it too. Oh, what were you thinking, George?
Dude, I was nervous for a second because I'm looking firsthand here, and I saw the stress in your eyes, but your patience, says it all. And bro, look at that. I mean, you even missed the ad and you made 3,000. If you hit that ad, I think you would have made like 10K today.
I would probably made at least like 5-6 grand, dude, at least. But dude, I hit that button. I did a fill.
I saw it. I don't know how the hell that happened.
Anyway, so I'm gonna call it here, guys. Wrap it up live trading. I'm going to be away for the next week and a half ish, but the moderators will be here covering live trading. And when I come back, hopefully I'll be nice, rested, and relaxed to have some more great opportunities together. Great job today. Great trading today. Reach out, and that's it. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
You guys.